In this video, we're going to go through the only way to lose 10 kg of fat if you can't stick to a diet for longer than a week. In this video, we're going to cover the 5 steps that I would go through if I needed to lose 10 kg. This is the same stuff we use for all of our clients on our training programs, and you can steal this for free and do it all yourself. So let's jump into it. Most people fail their diet before they even start because they have no plan. And without a plan, you're not going to be able to stick to it long enough in order to see results. And that is the only thing it boils down to. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. It's simple, it's sustainable, and it actually gets results, which is the thing you're most bothered about. So before you decide you want to listen to me, I'm just going to say a little bit about who I am. So my name's George, and as you can see on screen, this is my transformation. This was what I did in 90 days in order to lose 10 kg. And as you can see here, I was a little bit fat. Thought I was doing everything I needed to do in order to be in the best shape. However, ended up just getting fat. And as you can see on the right, I lost over 10 kg, nearly 12 kilos, in order to finally see my abs and actually reveal the muscle I had already built. Most people fail their diet because they try to lose weight too quick. They go on extreme diets, they cut all carbs, have no energy, and they have no idea what they're doing because most people are focusing on the wrong things and they don't actually focus on what is going to move the needle. This approach also needs to be sustainable. That's why people end up losing a few kilos and gaining it all back, because they restrict themselves, they starve themselves, and you're never going to be able to stick to that long enough in order to see sustainable results. So this is why this method works so well. And why people actually succeed with their diets is because they understand what drives the needle for fat loss, and that is being in a calorie deficit. Instead of wasting their time and energy finding the best supplements or protein bars, they build a plan around their own lifestyle, which is very important because you could steal someone's plan on the internet and it's not necessarily going to work for you. So this is so you can stick to it and actually get results for yourself. So, like I said, the core principle for fat loss is a calorie deficit, and that just means you're burning more calories than you are consuming, and it really is that simple. And this plan and this method just focuses around making sure you can be in a calorie deficit in a sustainable period of time so we can lose all that unwanted belly fat and actually get into the shape we want to get into. So this is a 5-step framework, and this is the exact method, like I said, I use with my clients to lose unwanted belly fat. So this can be done no matter your starting position, no matter who you are, no matter whatever your situation is. This can be done for everyone. So if you actually pay attention for the next 5 minutes, you'll have a really good understanding of how you can make a plan yourself and go away and do it all for free. A little overview of the 5-step framework. We have 1 with a lifestyle audit. We have a look at what your lifestyle is looking at now, because you have habits that are keeping you overweight and we need to fix these in order to not be overweight. Number 2, we need to set goals and targets. This is so we know exactly what we need to be doing every single day in order to move that needle and be in a calorie deficit so we're losing weight. Number 3 is track your progress, because if we're not tracking progress, how do we know if what we're doing is actually working? So we track progress to make sure we're staying on track and also manage our results. Number 4, the adjustment period. This is just going through making you have your habits you do now in order to the habits you need in order to be in great shape. It's not going to happen overnight, so that's why we call it an adjustment period. And number 5 is consistent until you're happy. So there is no timeline on this. You just go until you're happy with where you're at, and then you just need to maintain it from there. Let's go into some more detail. So what actually is a lifestyle audit? So we need to work out how much time you actually have to dedicate in to losing weight, because some people are very busy. So the plan will be different depending on your time availability. Next, we look at your habits you've got now. Some people might be walking a lot more. Some people might be eating a whole lot more calories. And we need to see your starting point so we can work down from there. Same with the exercise. Some people might be going to the gym. Some people might be doing classes. They might be playing a lot of sport, and this all needs to be taken into account with your lifestyle in order to build your plan. Same goes with experience. Some people might already have a knowledge of tracking calories, building a diet, and have the awareness in order to jump into these habits a lot quicker than others. So that's why we have to see your starting position so we can be realistic with your plan and with your goals. And one of the most important that most people overlook is your steps. These are so crucial in helping you lose weight because low impact, really convenient, and they actually do make a lot of difference to you being in a calorie deficit. So all I want you to do, go down, write how much time you can dedicate to this, your habits that are actually going to help you lose weight. And if you are stuck with the habits of losing weight, then stick around to the third point where we'll go through all that. Exercise, just write down how many times you work out a week, what sort of exercise that is, your experience you've had before. Like I said, doesn't matter if you have none, anyone can do this from any starting position, and then calculate how many steps you're actually doing. Next, you'll need to set your targets. And yes, you're probably thinking, well, how on earth am I going to figure out my targets? So I'm going to show you. So we're going to want to go online to caloriecalculator.net. It's going to bring up a screen just like this. So from here, you're going to want to put in your metrics. So you're going to put in your age, your gender, your height, your weight in kilos, and your activity level. So that's why it's important that we understand how much exercise we're doing now. Be honest with yourself, don't overdo it or don't underdo it. Just find the one that suits you best. So once we've got that, we can press calculate, and this will bring us to this page where we can look at our goal, our calorie goals for maintaining weight, for losing weight, and all that good stuff. So as you can see here, there is four different numbers which are related to your targets. First one is your maintenance weight. So if you ate at this calorie level here, you would see no change, no increase, no decrease in your weight on the scales. This one, as you can see, 1/4 kilo a week. The next one, 1/2 kilo a week, and extreme, 1 kg a week. So when you're picking this target, you need to be mindful of how well you can do. If you've got a lot of experience and a lot of time on your hands, then 1 kilo a week is very sustainable. But if you're someone who's busy with work and got a life like a lot of people, then one of these two targets is going to be your goal. And remember, once we work this out, let's say your goal is to lose 10 kg. We pick this of losing 1/2 kilo a week. We know it's going to take us 20 weeks in order to get to our goal. So don't be stressed out about the speed of this. Just look at the numbers and pick a timeline that's realistic and you can actually stick to. The next one, we want to track your habits. And as you can see on the screen, this is a screenshot from MyFitnessPal. And this is where you're going to download this and you're going to track your calories. Most people say, oh, but I don't like tracking my calories. I don't want to have an eating disorder, or whatever the excuse you come up with. Look, I'm going to be realistic with you. The reason that you're stuck overweight right now and you can't lose any weight is because you're stubborn and you don't want to learn new ways. If you haven't seen any progress so far, then these can be the reason why. And we need to have data in order to track our habits to see if we're doing the things properly. Because yes, you can go back to that website and set a target all you want, but if you're not going to stick to it, then there's no point having that target in the first place. So we need MyFitnessPal in order to track our habits with our eating, in order to know if we are actually eating the calories we're eating. And for most people, you'll be surprised that you're eating way more calories than you originally thought. And that's one of the reasons why you can't lose any weight, okay? So as you can see on screen here, we have a habit tracker, and this is something we use inside the one-to-one coaching program, and we track our weight, our calories, our protein, our steps, and hours of sleep every single day. These are the key metrics that are going to help you move the needle in terms of fat loss, and that's what we need to do. So that's why it's important that we do use MyFitnessPal, is so we have our calorie and our protein intake. Going back with your targets, once you've got your calorie target, your protein intake is really easy to work out, and it is just 2 times your body weight in kilos. And if you're extremely overweight and you think that's really high amount of protein to hit, then just do your goal body weight and times that by 2. So it really is that simple. But once we've got this, we can track our data every single day to see where we're going wrong. Because a lot of people can stay on track for 3-4 days of the week and then they blow it all on the weekends and they're saying like, well, I'm dieting well, I'm not making any progress. But when you've actually got this written out and you can see your habits across the week, across months, across 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, you can really nail down into the data and see where you're going wrong. Because there is something going wrong, there is a problem, and that's why you're not losing weight. As much as people online try and tell you and fearmonger you that your metabolism's broken and all this rubbish, it's not. Your habits are the issue and we need to fix them. So tracking them is the way we can get control of them and actually fix them. Finally, we want to have an adjustment period. So like I said before, you need to keep pushing your habits from where they are now in order to someone's habits of someone who stays in great shape all year round. And in the beginning, you might only be doing like 2,000 steps a day. And eventually we want to transition you up to a minimum of 10,000 steps a day. So it makes weight loss easy and sustainable. However, we're not going to do that straight away. So we might gradually increase you by like 500 a week until we get to that 10K period. And that's what we do with every single habit. We're not going to cut your calories to really low numbers straight away because it's not sustainable and you're not going to stick to it. It needs to be a gradual process. And that's why the adjustment period is one of the most essential processes in this 5-step framework, okay? And you want to make sure you address your target as your weight plateaus. So if you're someone who's going to lose a lot of weight, then you need to recalculate your goals when the weight stops moving. And this is because you're a new person, then you're going to have new goals. If you lose 5-10 kilos, then you can't expect your body to still be losing the same amount of weight at the same calories, because your body's then adapted and your maintenance levels of calories has adapted too. So then you're not in a deficit anymore and you're actually just sitting at maintenance. So that's why this is so important. Finally, like I said before, we just need to be consistent until you see the results you're happy with. There is no time frame on this. You just need to stick consistently over a long period of time until you're happy with the results, and then it is over. That's all it needs to be for a plan. So if you are someone who wants to put a number on it, like I said, you can just find out how much you'll lose in a week as your target and times that by the amount of weight you want to lose. So like I said, if you're losing half a kilo a week and you want to lose 10 kg in total, that's going to take you 20 weeks. But if you're someone who wants to lose it in 10 weeks, you need to do a kilo a week, but you need to be prepared for the expectations and sacrifices that come with losing the weight that quick, okay? Finally, this is a client transformation of mine who have used this exact framework in order to get control of their diet, their habits, in order to lose weight. This was for their wedding. So I'm going to ask you a question right now. Do you want to stay in the same position you're in now? Stuck, overweight, unhappy with how you look, unhappy with how fit you are, and make a change? Because if you do want to make a change, then this could be a pivotal moment right now. And people don't realize that you can change your life in one decision. And that one decision meaning that you just committing to the process and getting yourself in shape. So I want you to ask yourself that question. If you really want to do this, then you need to commit to it and make this plan for yourself. That being said, if you want to have some help and make it easier for yourself, I can build a plan with your custom calories, meal plans, training, with full accountability, so you can make this process a whole lot easier and actually increase your chance of success on this. So if you want to sign up for my one-to-one coaching, all the links are below this video. And if you're not interested in investing financially into this, I completely understand. There's a lot of free tools below that will help you out as well. So go and check them out and enjoy them. This brings us to the end of the video. So if you've enjoyed this, I really hope this has been some value for you. Drop a like, share it to a friend, drop a subscribe and all that good stuff. Hopefully you stick around, see many more videos like this that can help you out. Or this video is the final one you need in order to complete that transformation, and I wish you the best of luck with that.